Hey guys, Max here. You want to rent a room in your house. However, you don't know how to create an advertisement for Craigslist or Facebook or whatever site you're using. Well, here we go. I have a template attached that's going to help you find the right person for your house, because the last thing you want to do is find someone to rent a room in your house who's not the right person. Yes, I'm doing this a lot. Here, the template attached, make sure to go to maxmymoney.org/rentyourroom, and I will email you over a guide, a template that we're going to go through. So here's the template. Let's find the right person. Let's go. All right, so here's the agreement after you've typed in your email, and you will get an email for this. So this is a Google Drive template. You will be able to edit all the information here. And also, when you put in your email and get that, you will have access to the sample roommate agreement, the roommate questions, and the month-to-month lease agreement, which can be used for a 6-month or a 12-month lease as well. But here you go. Make a copy of it. Follow the instructions here, super easy, and then make a copy of it. And then here are the important things. So first, always put, what it is. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 100 square foot. Type in your city. The proximity to things is really important. So make sure you put it's close to highway blank and blank and a popular city. So even if you're on the outskirts or in a small city, like I live near Sacramento, so I'd put a quick drive to downtown Sacramento and many bicycle and walking trails nearby. And then looking for, however many people, 1, 2, 3, however many you have, to move in on the date. You want to make sure these are really specific, because the last thing you want is ambiguity. You don't want someone saying, "Oh, can I move in now?" Well, no, the ad's for the first of the month, which is a month from now. So you want to make sure that's really, really specific. I always say this is super important. Please read the whole ad before replying. Keep that on there. I would keep all this. A lot of this you can edit to your liking. Obviously, your house is going to be different than a 3-bed, 1-bath, and there might not be bicycle trails. But figure out specifically in your locale what you need to put. But keep this one. Please read the whole ad before replying. I put a lot of effort into posting this and make sure those who reply are seriously interested. It took me a long time to do this advertisement. The first ad I made was probably about 4 or 5 lines and put my phone number on the bottom, and I was blown up with, I don't know, probably 30 or 40 phone calls the first day. And I would say probably about 90% of them were people who have no money, have no references, and have no job, yet still want me to rent them a room. It just didn't make any sense. So the more specific you are, you want to make sure they're seriously interested. Obviously, proximity, the highways, the grocery stores, if they have malls, colleges. I run into a lot of college kids, so I always made sure that they understand how far away it is from the college, because I actually went to these colleges. And then obviously the room, I always talk about what it has, the dimensions. Some people have bigger bed frames or whatever it may be, so the dimensions make it easy. Because let's make believe if it's a small room and someone wants to put a queen-size bed and that's all they have and they don't have the money to buy whatever, a smaller bed or bigger bed, whatever it may be, it's always good to be specific. The more specific you are, the more specific you're going to find the person, and that's what you really want. You want to find a very specific person that you want to rent. Obviously, these can change. I didn't allow any pets or kiddos. Kiddos, just too much noise, and just made it was too many issues, I would imagine. And then pets. This one guy wanted to bring his cat in. Too much cat hair. I don't like sneezing, and that's that. Then what you get, obviously, put every single amenity in the room. Every single thing. Everything that's happening. If it was remodeled recently, what else is going on? Washer and dryer, the backyard, internet. This is important. Make sure to tell them the speed. Most people are working from home or doing school from their bedroom nowadays, so make sure to tell them what internet speed you have. If you don't know what internet speed you have, that's okay. Call your internet company, do the research on your bill. It'll tell you what your internet speed is, and put that there. Then just really, really easy lease terms. This is not obviously the lease agreement, which you will have access to as well, but this just shows them, month to month with a signed lease. You can do a 6-month or 1-year lease. I prefer to do the month to month simply because life changes, and these people are most likely not your friend down the road, so you don't know them. You want to feel them out. If things don't work after a few months, you want to be able to have a good excuse and a good reason to send them on their way. Obviously, follow all your local laws and such. Don't, give someone a 2-day notice. That's not how it works. So make sure to do that within that, within the realm of legality. And then I always, always, always take a security deposit. Yes, equal to 1 month rent. If people do not have 1 month's rent as well as a 1 month security deposit, they're probably in a financially strapped position. Now, I've taken those kind of people on before, and it never works out. Never, ever, ever. Always get the deposit up front. They're always going to make an excuse on how, oh, this new crisis come. The people who don't have the money are probably in a crisis, and I'm not going to take responsibility for paying your own bills. So I pay my bills, you pay your bills. I'm not going to do the other thing. Yeah, exactly. Please note, if you do not have the security deposit and first month's rent saved up, please do not contact me. No joke. My first ad had 30 phone calls. The next one probably had about 10. It knocked off probably about 75% of the people who are not prepared, who simply are not able to save money or in a crisis mode where they are unable to save money. If they are unable to save money and unable to be ready, then I can't have them as a roommate. I simply cannot. I'm not going to pay their bills and my bills. It doesn't work out like that. Depending upon your age and who you're looking for, I wanted, young professionals, people who can, these are really so normal to most people, but some people just don't understand. Keep a clean house, pays rent on time, a peaceful male person. All these really simple things that your mother and father hope to goodness taught you, but I like to put them just because if people are dirty, if people are dingy, if people have any thought that they may not be able to pay rent on time, I don't want them calling me. I don't want them contacting me. I want nothing to do with them. They're not going to be the right person. This is a business venture. This is not a charity. This is supposed to be so I can pay off my mortgage more quickly. This is supposed to be to help me build my financial future. Of course, it's a symbiotic relationship. You're giving someone a place to live as well as them paying the rent. So it's a good symbiotic relationship, but remember, it's not a charity. It is a business. And this is specific. This is really, again, being specific is really important. What I'm not looking for, party animals. Our house is quiet. The roommates know if they have a problem, we talk. Quiet after 9 p.m. We don't want messy people. And then I took guys only because females are a whole different equation. So when you have guys in the room or guys in the house and females, it can make issues. And you just have guys, it seems to be better. And I always there's so many scams via email. Don't email, just call me. A lot of times people won't even leave a message, so okay, well, obviously it wasn't that important. But when they leave a message with their information and I can actually hear their voice, it shows me it's a real person, not a scam. Then always see, urgency is always the plan. Urgency is always what you want to show them. If we vibe well, no joke, I have had people call me and sign the lease the same day because they vibed well. They had the money signed up. They had the references. They had the job. We were good to go. There's nothing else to be done. If people are prepared and have everything, all their ducks in the line, this process can be a one day situation, a 1 day process. Some people it takes a few days to get the money or get the deposit or whatever it may be. That's fine. But you want to really find the person who has the money and has all the references and everything available right then that day. As a lot of times for me specifically, I had people move out and there was 5 or 6 days to the first of the month, and I need to fill that room. I need to fill that room ASAP. So urgency, always push the urgency. With that being said, make sure they're the right person, though. You don't want to rent to a person who is not the right person. I've rented to a few people who are not the right people, and it made my life a lot more stressful, and you want to avoid that negative stress. If you follow this guide, though, you will have less stress, and you will be able to find the right person. And I just put a tiny little bit about the roommates, a little personal thing. We're both chill, respect, privacy, that whole thing. And then put your phone number, obviously, and I always say no texting. I don't want to text. If you're a real person, if you really want to rent this room, then you will call me. You will, man up and give me a phone call as opposed to a text message. Because the reality is the person who text messages you is maybe not the right person who's going to resolve conflict. I will resolve conflict face to face, cara a cara in Spanish, face to face. I don't do the text message. I don't do the phone call. If we need to talk, we're going to sit around the dining table as grown men and discuss our issues and come to a conclusion. We're going to come to a win-win situation. One person's not going to be bulldozed, and one person will not be a bulldozer. I've had to, for lack of a better word, be a mediator and an arbiter, judge and jury in the situation for so many random issues. It's really funny. You don't really know how someone is until you move with them. Yeah, definitely. So use this guide. This guide will help you immensely. Make sure to also go to maximummoney.org/rent-your-room, all spelled out, rent your room, and type your email here. I will give you the guide. I will give you the room advertisement, as well as 3 other resources: the sample roommate agreement, the sample roommate questions, which, these questions are super important, and then the month-to-month lease agreement. So you want to definitely use all that. I just want to go over a couple of the questions really quick that I ask people, because the questions you have to ask are really, really specific. Why are you looking for a new place? Well, if they have a reason like I broke with my girlfriend and she had filed a restraining order and now I'm on the street, like, yeah, that's probably not going to be the right person. I was just at a prison. Why were you in prison? I don't really need to know every single thing about somebody, but if they have a very, very checkered past, the past doesn't always define the future, but a lot of times the past defines the future. So you want to make sure the person is clean cut, knows what they're doing, knows what they want, because you know what they want. With this advertisement that you have, you are showing someone what you want, what you need in a roommate, and if they do not follow this criteria, they're not the right person. It's that simple. Well, that's it. That's what I've used. I've had, 5 years now of renting rooms. I've had a 100%, knock on wood, rent paid. I had to shut someone's internet off one time to get the rent, but that's for another longer story. But I've used this to my heart's content. Use this to your heart's content. You will find the right person. You must persevere. And to be honest with you, you may have to go through a couple dozen people the first time. It's just the fact of the matter. A lot of people who call do not read the full ad. They do not even understand what having a security deposit means. A lot of times these are people who are moving out of mom and dad's for the first time and have no idea how this whole thing works. So I've done that before. I've rented to people who have moved on mom and dad's for the first time, and I've walked them through the process. I've had to teach a guy how to use a washing machine. Hey, that's okay. He paid rent on time. He was enjoyable. We actually hung out outside of the house, which I can't say for everybody. So you'll find the right person, persevere. You will have to go through some gunk though. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you guys like this video, and I will see you guys on the next one.